So it's kind of backwards. So first you need to be, if you want to do a copy, you need to choose the pattern you're going to be in. And you hold shift, you press copy, then you choose the pattern you're going to copy. We'll say number 1 here. Then you press the enter key. And our number 1 will be copied to 3. And likewise, if I want to copy pattern 2 to number 4, I first select pattern number 4, hold shift, copy, pattern 2, enter. Now pattern 2 will be on number 4. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to use the external instrument. I've got a virus hooked up over there in the corner, and that's hooked up to the MIDI. On the MIDI out, it's going straight to the virus. I think it's on channel 11. Instead of being on number 1, 2 or 3, you press this one here for external instrument, and you can see that's lit up now, and we're on pattern 1. So I press start, it's just playing the pattern as normal, but this time when I enter notes, these notes on the keyboard, the instruments will correspond to notes on a MIDI keyboard. Now I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I think if I copy the external instrument pattern on it, I only copy the external instrument data. So I first have to go to the destination. There we go. And then I press shift, copy from number 4, enter. Now I should have the instrument data here. And that works. So if I go back to pattern play, I can show you how to chain patterns. This is much the same as on the 606. You just hold 2 buttons together, or you can hold as many as you like, the first and the last, and it will just cycle through those patterns. And when you press 1 again, it will release it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to save to the memory cartridge. Now the memory cartridge has got a write protect. So first thing you do is you have to switch that off. And you have to be in track play. So now I'm going to press shift, copy, save, choose the bank on the card I'm going to go to. You've got 2 banks on the card too. Number 1, press enter. Now that will have saved the memory contents of the machine to the card. So now I'm going to put the write protect back on. And I'm going to switch the machine off, and I'm going to show you how to reset to factory default. Now if I switch it on now with these 2 buttons held, we should be back into as it shipped from the factory. So if I press start on track play 1, it should actually start playing. It should play the Roland demonstration song. Okay, so now let's say I want to load the memory back. I make sure I'm in track play mode, and this time I press shift, copy, load, bank number 1, enter. Now I should have my patterns back that I just wrote a minute ago. And I do. So as I say, it's kind of useful, especially if you've got an early version 1 ROM. You can use that as sort of a backup before you do some writing in case you lose the patterns. Now I'm going to show you a couple of extra things. I mean, there's lots of features on this I could show you, but I'm going to show you how to use the shuffle and how to use the flam. The shuffle is basically shuffles the pattern, gives it a bit of swing, or it's otherwise known as swing. And the flam is like a double hit when you're entering a note, but it's like a double hit. You can't accent the flammed notes, incidentally, but basically the setting of the flam makes the difference between how fast the first and the second note are heard. So I'm going to show you first. I'm going to show you the shuffle. So if we have the machine running and in write mode, it's got to be in write mode to do this. Once it's running, you press the shuffle and flam button, and keys 1 to 7 will affect how much flam you've got, shuffle you've got rather. So let's have a listen. So you can go from no shuffle to maximum shuffle. Now for the flam, I'm going to have to do this on a new pattern, so I can show you how it works. Basically, we'll start the pattern off, and I'll put some accents in again, although those are bass drums. There we go. Now, to access the flam, you have to, if you notice, a lot of these instruments have two notes. That one of them is for an accented note and one of them is for an unaccented. But when you press the instrument select and you hold two together, you're then going to get the flammed note. So I'll do the flam on some snares. It'll be easier to hear, I think. So I'll first put some normal snares in. Okay, that's pretty normal. This time I'll hold the instrument select and I'll press both snare drums together. And when I put the note in now, it'll be flammed. And if I adjust the flam setting to maximum, take the bass drum out, you can hear this. It's hitting two notes every time. That's the lowest. Which is kind of cool if you combine that with a shuffle. You can get some rather interesting grooves. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you next time.